Good evening, everyone. We have a perhaps slightly more laid-back Pathfinder session for you this evening. But that doesn't necessarily mean that there won't be some excitement. Let's go say hi to everyone else and see how they're doing. Hello, everyone.
Hello?
How we doing?
Hello.
Hello.
Doing all right.
It's been a little bit.
Hello.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Hello.
How's everybody been?
Okay.
I'm ready to find a path.
Surviving.
One singular path.
Just one. That's all you get.
Just one.
Would anyone care to remember me what happened last time?
We threw a goblin in lava.
It did happen.
You're giving us all credit for that? Because you did that.
I threw a goblin into lava, and I
Yes.
wasn't supposed to.
When have you ever done what you're supposed to in a tabletop RPG?
I'm busy.
So true.
I thought that was the point of tabletop role-playing games. Do what you're not supposed to do.
That's
I
what
won't
I've heard.
disagree.
I don't remember too much because I can't find my notes. And a lot has happened.
I remember we killed some goblins, we found some loot, we found the bell, and we were all resting up and about to head back to town.
The only other major thing that I have written down is you did find a note in regards to a abandoned lighthouse nearby.
Right.
Oh.
Oh, that's right.
Oh, yeah.
And the
But
blind
We
oracle?
saw that.
That note is largely difficult to piece together because it is in a language that none of you speak. So you might have to spend some time deciphering that if you'd like to.
Where are we? Are we still in that vault?
At the moment,
Um,
yes, you are still in the vault.
Okay.
So who had the note?
I believe Zelma found it.
Oh, okay. Do any of you read this? I can't.
Can't say I can.
This one does not know that language.
No fucking idea.
All of the responses are aggressively on brand, thank you.
I guess I will take a closer look at the paper to try to see if there's any similarities with any of the languages I know, which is only Orcish and Orcish.
I can look at it for circus lore.
The circus lore. Based on some of the similar characters in the language and who you found it on, you feel reasonably confident in concluding that this is in Goblin.
Oh. It's in Goblin. I don't know why I didn't think of that.
Goblins steal. Well, these goblins have stolen stuff, so it is not unreasonable to think it is from other people. Other
How
language.
close is that written language to Orcish? Is that racist?
A little bit.
It is similar in the sense that, like, English and French use largely the same alphabet, but they are not the same language.
So it's not like these are the Romance languages and they share similar rules.
Not as far as you know.
That's fair. Maybe someone in town can read Goblin.
It's true, we do have to go back there. Hopefully unscathed. How long was the journey to here? It was a day, right?
Just about.
Or was it a half day?
Yeah, I don't think we camped, did we?
You did not camp. It was
No.
about a half day.
Okay.
So it would probably be pretty late when you got back if you did so. But you
Do-
could get back in the same day.
I mean, do we want to rest here? Do we want to go back and rest? I don't know how you all are feeling.
I think we just did a lot of resting and healing, right? We should be good.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm
Let's-
at full.
I'll
let's
be very
go
honest
home.
with you. The faster we get back, the faster I get paid. So that would be preferable.
Agreed and understood.
Thank you.
There is no need to bandy over details of the travel back that you've already made. You can all find your way to... Where is... I'm looking for one specific name. All I need.
Just one?
Just one.
Just hot.
Reheath.
Reheath is not the name that I'm looking for. It is... There is his name. Okay. Yeah, I just needed to know a name. So, as you traverse through the ice and snow, it's... Now that the sun is on a downward spiral, it's cold. Those of you that have enough money that you've got some decently warm clothing, it's maybe a bit uncomfortable, but you know, nothing you haven't dealt with before. Rizri, this is just Tuesday. Those of you who perhaps come from more modest means, shall we say, it's a little uncomfy. You have to wrap up quite a bit just to stay upright. It becomes readily apparent why they call this just tract of land the Barren Wastes.
He said the thing!
I did. Roll credits. We're
Roll
done.
credits.
Great campaign, everybody.
Huzzah.
Waggle that cat's ass.
He said the thing!
After a, for most of you, fairly miserable couple hours walk, the walls of Reheath come back into view. The gate does still appear to be open, and you can see the night guardsmen are standing at attention.
Evening, gentlemen.
Mm.
Do they stop us as we pass, or do we just waddle through?
They don't stop you, although you all get a pretty stern, like, look over. You don't necessarily stick out in Reheath as far as the populace goes, so it's not like you get stopped for being suspicious, but they're checking everyone who comes in. But also, you
Bren?
left earlier today, so
That's true. Bren, I think they're judging your outfit.
Well, from how often they try to nab me for something, if the thing they're most critical of is my outfit, then I'm doing pretty well.
Bren, I was making a joke.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Sorry, I got my ass kicked by a goblin like, 3 hours ago. So I'm a little sleepy.
Sure.
And not even like the scary goblin. It was one of the tiny ones outside.
You hear this shit? Yeah.
Eepy.
as always, Reheath is lit with the
It's lit? Let's go.
it's lit, fam.
Here, wait. Oh, dab it. Oh.
Oh God!
Oh Lord,
Don't do that to him. What did he do to deserve that?
get adopted.
Jesus. You hear that? You're adopted.
He is, in fact. He doesn't mind. But the streets are lit with the same standard lanterns. The difference is that there are more hung outside on hooks built into the buildings just to kind of help light the way in the darkness. One of the brighter lit buildings, if you meander on city streets, would be the World's End Tavern.
Is that where where has Zoma been staying?
Probably the World's End. It's
All right.
basically the only lodging that isn't, I want to buy a house.
So I probably would have been staying there too.
I mean, they won't stop you from roughing it on the street. If you ask very, very nicely, the clergy might let you sleep in the temple. But for the most part, people just go to World's End. Where would you all like to go?
We're probably not going to find the Oracle, right? Not this late. Oh, that's not what I want.
I mean, you don't know what sort of hours he keeps.
Do we want to go to try to find the Oracle?
The Oracle or the woman whose name was that the city captain guard?
Oh, she's
was
the one who
also-
technically sent us, right?
Lady Mayor, yes.
Yeah.
I have
You-
a feeling
Might
she'll
be
know.
easier to find
I have a feeling she'll know we're back in town.
or to locate.
Right.
What tells you
is
that,
it the
Lodge?
boys?
With the guards looking us over, she is kind of in charge.
One would
suppose.
think that they would. One would think they would want this quicker. And
Well, when they initially assigned you the task, I think they probably thought it was going to take longer than a day.
Hmm.
We're just
Well,
that good.
You
It's
get
a
what
good
you pay for.
A half day or expediency? That could go one of two ways.
Yes. Either way.
I don't know where that fits in the triangle of quality, cost, and
Pick two.
pick two.
So the lady mayor,
Yes,
she is the one that contacted us, right?
she is the one who brought you all together, yes.
Does she have like a? Can we go to the mayor's office? Does she have such a place?
She has dispensed with the fripperies of her position. So,
The fripperies.
uh-huh. So there is no, like, fancy mayor's office. If you need to see the mayor, you typically just go to the guard barracks. And she's just got an office there, and that's where she, like, handles matters of state. Yes, do you have a question?
I don't know what skill this would be, but do I see any of my street kids hanging around as we're walking down the...
What is their standing order when you're not around?
If they're cute enough, panhandle and make some money. If they're old enough, pickpocket, make some money. If they're mean enough, shake people down, make some money. So I'm probably looking for one of the cute ones.
Then let's call it a perception check.
$19.
Okay, 19. And I think you have a lore skill, right? Yeah.
Underworld, yes.
Yeah, why don't you roll that as well?
18.
So that's, in my mind, that's just kind of remembering hotspots in the city where people are most likely to be paired with.
Mhm.
So you, as you round a corner, probably in the Oldmire district, which I don't think I shared the city map with you all again. There we go. Sort of the main drag from the west gate. There is a group of a couple of kids that are seated on, like, one's sitting on the street. There's a couple skinning around, just kind of being cold near a lantern, absorbing some errant heat.
Oi! Cubby!
One of them shuffles over to you. Hey,
Have you seen the mayor, Lord Mayor, Lady Morgana, in the last couple hours?
I mean, this time of night she's probably in bed. I'd be.
You know she stays.
I think she sleeps in the guard barracks.
Alright, we're gonna go get a pint at the World's End. Take this, and I give him whatever. I give him a silver piece.
Mhm.
Go down, knock on the door, wake her up, tell her we're there.
Yes, sir. Kid runs
Good
off.
boy. Alright, I'm gonna go get a drink. She'll be with us shortly. And he walks off.
Which would probably just follow Bren.
I mean, that's what I'm going.
And then just go to the World's End. since that's where we got it, I assume when Cubby tells her they're back, that's where she'll go.
Makes sense to me. The World's End Tavern advertises itself pretty modestly, but inside is a...
Rizuri will
Ooh.
follow.
You going with him?
I think that's what she said.
Okay. I'm making sure that I didn't freeze again. My Discord is very small. But World's End Tavern advertises modestly, but it is a very warm and welcoming interior. Lots of comfortable furniture, clean tables, good smells of food, that sort of thing. The innkeeper, who is also the barmaid, everyone just calls Meg, is currently standing behind the bar filling a tankard for someone at the moment. As the door opens, there is a jingling of a bell, and she kind of calls over her shoulder. "Be right with you. Grab a seat wherever."
No problem, take your time.
Once
And Brent will
she's-
grab a table facing the front door.
Plenty available. Tavern is doing some business this evening, but they're not, like, busy. They're not slammed. Meg finishes serving the customer that she was talking to, gives the bar a quick wipe down. You hear her shout something into the back, and then walks over to the table, presuming everyone follows Brent. Welcome in. What can we get for you? Some familiar
Mm.
faces, I see.
Hello, love. I'll take one. I'm gonna start slow tonight.
Fair enough. Starting a tab or paying as we go?
Let's start a tab. We'll see where the night takes us.
I'll have what's on top.
Start a
just
tab,
want water.
paying as we go. Gives Ponch a weird look, but nods.
Pay as we go.
Alright, then that'll be 2 silver.
You got it.
Sorry, I have to keep track of Brent's tab. So she takes Oma's money, gives Ponch another look, gets a beverage order from Rizuri, and bustles back behind the bar, gets the requisite liquids for everyone, brings them around, and sets them down. Food for anyone tonight?
Yes, please. Just whatever soup or stew is available.
The options are stew, or stew, love.
Great. I listed one of those.
Stew sounds great.
I'll take him.
Looks at Ponch. Could use some meat on your bones anyway. Looks at Bren. Well, maybe it'll warm you up.
Alright, well, there goes the tip for you then.
She gives you a good-natured wink and goes off to retrieve bowls of stew. Food is a silver piece. A piece.
How do I pay for that?
You can just subtract 1 silver piece from your inventory.
I will subtract silver piece from.
Very good at following directions. You know who's not good at following directions? This cat.
That cat.
Why are you sitting that way? Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, such a crisis being a kitten. A couple minutes later, she comes out with steaming bowls of stew. It looks edible. This is not an Eowyn stew moment, but I wouldn't call it fine dining.
Fine dining and breathing.
It is neither of those, because it is food.
We're not breathing.
And you're breathing, but the stew is not. Thank God.
Thank God.
So
I would like to study this stew.
Man,
That
you
stew's
thought
got
you
long-
ordered stew.
That's it's the
There's
best
just an
stew
old
I've ever
man
seen.
named Stu in the bowl. It's STU.
What are you doing in there, Stu?
This is the
I
fourth time
don't
this
wanna
week
be a
this has
burden.
happened. How many times do we have to teach you this lesson, old man?
No.
I love the young people.
The cold is really screwed with my mind.
Uh,
Seeing things in my stew.
No, that's actually Stu. He tries to get in here at least 3 times a week.
so after Meg chases Stu out with a broom, yeah, I mean it's food shaped. It's sort of brown. It probably won't kill you.
That's a hard probably.
Like 60% chance it won't kill you.
That's pretty good for this time of night.
That's not bad.
3 a.m. Denny's, this is not, but
I don't know. I've had some old men named Stu sitting on my Denny's plated. Some establishments.
So you quietly
IHOP.
consume your food.
Quality establishment.
We are not sponsored.
Not yet.
You consume your food in probably relative silence, unless someone's feeling particularly chatty.
Paunch is never feeling chatty.
That tracks. And after probably 40 minutes or so, the door to the establishment opens, and in walks Lady Morgana. Still in full uniform. Doesn't look like she's slept at all since you saw her last. She walks in and sits down at your table, and by the time she's gotten to the table, Meg has met her with a tankard of ale, which she takes a drink from with a nod of thanks. Well then. Seems you've proven to be faster at the job than expected. Unless you have bad news for me.
Zoma will produce the bell.
Did you keep it wrapped, or is it just bell?
Oh, probably wrapped.
Okay.
That feels irresponsible.
Good that you kept it wrapped.
Oh?
Well, magic bells tend to work their magic when they ring.
That is true.
But, sorry to tell you that I don't want it. You'll have to give it to the Oracle yourself. I'm sure
Do you know if the... Sorry.
I'm sure if you go knock on his door tomorrow morning, he'll be happy to accept you.
Tomorrow morning it is.
No, actually, I was hoping to be paid now.
Well, I was planning on paying you, seeing as I'm the one who hired you.
Lovely.
She pulls out a small notebook from her belt. She, flips back a couple pages, checks some notes, and then reaches into a different side pouch and produces some money.
I like money.
She proceeds to dole out your reward.
Is this all you needed of me to square our deal?
She kind of thinks for a minute. Checks her notebook again. I'm not gonna lie to you. Yes. But I can always use more help.
I am here to help.
Then, if the rest of you are amenable to continuing to get paid, I have some further problems that are stewing that I would like some help to look into.
Well, forgive me if I'm not brimming with civic pride, but I'll probably have to hear about the problems before jumping as quickly as my friend here.
Missing persons.
Alright.
The owner of the Hammer and Anvil, last name of Baltar, his daughter's gone missing.
That's very bad.
She has apparently gone missing in the past 3 days or so. But my guard is understaffed as it is, so I can't spare men to go out looking for a missing teenager who very well may have just run off. It
No
happens.
ransom note has been delivered, no
No.
demands.
I have a small case file of evidence that's been gathered, but I will need to gather some things and bring it to you tomorrow. If you are interested.
Like I said, I'm here to help.
I appreciate that.
The pay, I assume, would be similar to this.
You assume correctly.
Alright, I'm in.
Fair enough. She looks over at Rizri and Zoma with a questioning look.
Well, I think we all work well enough together.
This one is willing to help find this missing cub.
I'm not so sure that cub is an accurate description. Rekka is a formidable young thing in her own right. Probably going to take the store out from under her father sooner rather than later. But I will assemble I'll assemble a case file. This does, however, mean that you are now officially under the employ of Guard of Reheath. You are officially acting as my agents. And you, she looks over at Zoma, may you consider yourself probationary. And she puts what we would equate to like a cop badge, but it's effectively just a metal shield that hangs from your belt and identifies you as a guard.
Zoma will look down for a minute, glance back up, and take the badge. Thank you.
Display it, don't display it. I don't really care. But you have access to some of the barracks resources if you need them.
What is off access?
The quartermaster doesn't like me giving just everyone access to the armory, so you'll probably have to make do with your own weapons and armor and armaments for a little while. But at the very least, I can get you a bunk and a storage chest. If
Thank you.
need something in the course of your investigation, talk to the quartermaster and we can see our way through to it. But
Done.
that does also include a salary,
Probationary?
of course. Increase upon end of the trial period.
Wonderful, thank you.
My mind, Bren. Seems you're going legit.
Yeah, let's not get too comfortable with that situation.
I'm never going.
If you're thinking about making me a little badge, please decide against it. The only metal I want from you is in the form of coin.
Bren, I mean this with all due respect.
I'm
I'll
sure
eat
you
my
do.
own badge before I give you one.
I wouldn't have it any other way.
I'm glad we understand each other.
The situation that got me involved, that's to be rectified.
Making progress.
Hopefully that progress is sped up a bit with my continued help.
Indeed. Though, that is a sticky situation. I am doing my best to unstick it as gracefully as I can. There are people calling for heads to roll. That's not how I operate.
Well, things have gotten a little bit more desperate in recent years.
Things have been quiet here. People don't like that.
No?
Well, people tighten their coin purses a little bit, tied to when things are quiet. That's bad for business.
And there's poor business to be had. Our largest trade partner has been closed off for a while now. People are beginning to worry.
The dwarves, right?
Indeed.
Don't look at me, like I said before. I don't talk to them unless there's coin involved.
No, the Oracle and I are seeking to rebuild relationships sure why they were closed off to begin with. But that is a matter for he and I to worry about. But if people are snippy, that is probably why.
All right.
Any other questions?
Do you know of one who speaks a goblin? Or at least read?
Speaks Goblin, no. But since you're already seeing the Oracle tomorrow, you may have a book on it. You might be able to piece something together. Now then.
Do you know where the oracle can be found in the morning?
I would try his tower first.
Do I know where that is?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's basically the only aggressively wizard-looking structure in Reheath. Stereotypes exist for a reason. So, it's the only circular wizard tower in the city.
Gotta be Sorkle.
Gotta be Sorkle. Hexagon is acceptable. Now then, if you have no further questions, respectfully, I am tired.
Sure.
Thanks for your time.
Thank you. Your alacrity is appreciated. And she stands up, pays at the bar, and walks out. There was like a slight hush of the other general patrons when she was in the room, but as she leaves, the chatter kind of picks up again.
Is anyone watching us after that interaction? Like
There's
a little closer than they should be?
make a perception check.
But never mind.
It's gonna be great. It's gonna be wonderful.
What?
Coward. I mean, there's a couple people who are like, man, who are these people? Why are they talking to the mayor? Hell.
Mind your business.
But the general, this is a city of frequent pilgrimages because of the flame. So strangers in town isn't necessarily news. So it's just kind of a, well, whatever. And they go back to whatever they were doing. So, a passing interest, but not untoward attention.
So, Punch,
Yes.
keen to help.
Yes.
Just want to?
That's right.
No other motivation?
Let's say righting past wrongs.
Yeah. Alright. Has the soup come out yet?
It has.
Nice. Is it edible?
Arguably.
Can I consume it and not be
Don't do
sick?
it. Stew is in that stew.
Well, hi there, Missy. Yeah, you can choke it down. It's probably not the worst food Zoma's ever had.
Fair.
It's probably at least warm, yes?
Piping hot.
Okay.
Like, almost too hot to eat. Which is perfect temperature when you've just been out in the fuck you cold. the alcohol also helps. It hinders, but it helps.
What about the water?
What about the water?
Yeah, does that help?
Not really.
Okay.
Um, but you've fed, you've watered. A couple people are around. Some are drinking. There's what looks like a casual game of cards being played.
I think at this point, Paunch is not interested in any of that. Do you all want to meet here in the morning?
Sure.
Then I'll be off to my room.
Zoma will look at her badge again, and she's gonna go find the barracks.
Okay. Barracks is near the East Gate in Heatherside,
Okay.
and it's well maintained. It's clean. Not surprising, Zoma, you are a minority in a couple of different respects.
Racist.
Sexist. But while, yes, being an orc and also being a woman mean that you are a minority in two respects, there are representatives of both parties in the guard.
Oh, good.
So it's not like, there's a girl in here.
Oh, it's just like showing up to work.
Basically. So, like, you know, you open the door and you get a couple weird looks like, who the hell? And then someone notices that you've got a badge. And a younger human woman walks up. Hi, new hire?
Yes.
Good to meet you. Giselle.
Zoma. And she'll shake hands.
It's a good firm handshake.
Got it from my father.
Well, I don't know why Morgana's hiring new guards at the crack of dawn in the morning, but you look like you could use some rest. Show you to the rooms?
Yes, please. Thank you.
She leads you down
She lays me down?
She leads you.
Oh,
Does she tuck me in?
You ask nicely. She leads you through a common area where there's a whole bunch of guard types just kind of sitting around, smoking, eating, etc. Seems the second round of Night Watch is getting ready to go out. Special assignment, you can find your rotation over there. We typically do 4 hours on, 4 hours off, and then sleep for 8. It's sort of a loose rotation. You get at least 1 free day a week. It's all just pretty flexible. Most of the things you'll have to deal with are petty crime anyway. Mild sound disturbances, that sort of thing. We haven't had an honest-to-God goblin attack in years.
Any other reports of theft?
Oh, we get reports of theft all the time.
Important theft.
Not really. Mostly petty theft. Bread from a stall. Cheese from a wagon.
Alright.
Someone tried to make off with some candlesticks from the temple once. That was a pretty big, headline for a while.
You cut out before
Someone tried
whatever.
to make off with some candlesticks from the temple once.
I mean, I'm sure they did make headlines. They're very important for rituals.
think they were just fancy candlesticks. But I don't know anything about that.
I don't either.
She leads you to what looks like sort of a small apartment complex. Like there's just a hallway with a bunch of doors. Brings you to one that has a number, pick a number on it. Opens it, and there's a like small sitting area with a table and a chair and a lantern. And then through another doorway is a bed, a mirror, and a wash basin. Just like basic. You can live here. There's a chest for your clothes and stuff. It's no mansion, but
It's better than a rock.
it's true. Well, welcome to the garden.
Thank you, Giselle.
And once she sees that you're getting settled, she will depart.
And tuck me in.
Yes.
Thank you.
Forehead kisses.
No, too slobbery.
Don't be weird. Come on.
Yeah.
Sorry. Double standards in this. In Discord.
Is he gonna change pants again?
He might.
You might have to.
I fucking might, depending on what I just read on Fox 8.
Uh-oh.
I'm about to have a sleepy morning, friends and friends.
Yay.
Hell yeah, man.
We're sitting at a 2-hour delay right now.
So
Nice.
sorry, and I interrupted the roleplay.
No, that's great.
They were talking about sloppy kisses, so I don't know. That's fine.
Sloppy
I need a
forehead
s-
kisses.
I need a sloppy kiss right now. You know who you are.
Are you just pointing at both mine and Torque's chats?
I'm not
I
in
will
chat,
sloppy
so
kiss
Chat, I'm sorry, I
Every-
don't claim him.
Person in that chat. Hearts in chat if you give me a sloppy kiss.
Do not.
Do not.
Don't let him
No.
tell you what to do. You're
No.
your own person. You sloppy kiss me if you want.
No. You're all subscribers in here, you're all minions.
That's
do
a
not.
taken man.
That is
No.
a taken
You,
man.
you
What would an
don't want that
overlord
wrath.
be if he had no minions? Power to the people. Power to the goblins. Oh, and I just got the email. I'm torqued up.
No,
Pun
that's my job.
intended. That's right, Duke of Nukem 1478. I'm gonna give you the slappiest kiss. Sorry, continue.
Bren, where are you staying tonight?
He's gonna go back to the hidey hole for the street kids to see how everybody's doing.
It was a decent day.
Nice.
They're all just kind of packed in there, staying warm.
I find the oldest of the bunch.
Mm-hmm.
Linus. He's the one I trust the most.
Thank
He's
you
the-
for
he's
naming
the-
them all. I appreciate that.
Hey, I got a whole list here. Don't worry.
I
Um,
fucking love you.
Linus used to be the cutest kid, and then he became the sneakiest, and now he's the meanest, but he's still the best of all three.
Mm-hmm.
So he's the one I give the money to feed the rest of the street kids. So I give him
Rough
5 of
age.
the 10.
17?
15, but he lies and says he's 16.
Okay.
But I know that he's 6. I know that he's 15.
Welcome back,
I
boss.
put it. Linus, how's it going here?
Well, they did all right, I guess. Those strings are tight.
Yeah, it's what me and the Lady Morgana were just talking about. Percy was telling me that Teddy had a fever. Is he feeling better? Good girl.
I also managed to find most of a bottle of brandy. He's sweating it out all right.
Oh, right, found it.
Found it.
Perfect. I want you to take this. There's 5 gold in here. I want you to get food for the rest of the week for all the kids. And I want to make sure that you get, I don't know exactly what, listen, I have the healer's kit. I'm not too keen on it. I'm picking it up quick. Whatever salves or medicines that you can find, I want you to go to a specific shop though. What was the place that Morgana just told us about? That the owner's wife went or the owner's daughter went missing?
That is Hammer and Anvil. He's the city weaponsmith, basically.
Okay. I want you to pick those things up, and then I want you to go to Hammer and Anvil. I want you to just keep an ear out. Apparently, there's some stuff going down with the owner's daughter. I've been hired with a bunch of other weirdos to
Sure.
look into it. But whatever preliminary information you can give me just by hanging around, please do. And also tell the cute ones, while they're hanging around getting their coin, to keep an ear out for any word about, what was her name?
Becca?
The daughter,
Brecca?
Brecca.
The daughter. Keep an ear out for any mention of a Brecca. Or a young girl being kidnapped, or running away, or needing some place to sneak off and hide. Might be a runaway situation, might be a ransom, they haven't gotten a note yet. But the faster we can get this done, the faster we can get some more coin moving around here. Faster we can get these kids fed.
A good old sniff and snoop.
Sniff and snoop, exactly.
Can do, boss.
Appreciate you. Hey, stay safe out there.
Yeah.
What about a sloppy forehead kiss for the road?
Well, if you insist, boss.
Absolutely not. What?
Don't get too cute.
The younger ones will get a slight peck on the top of the head occasionally. Just so they don't turn into psychopaths. But you know I respect you. You know better. I have my own issues to figure out. That's not your fault. But I'm just not keen on the touching. Respect people's boundaries. Alright? Sniff and snoop. I appreciate you. And I'll
Get
go
out of here,
check on-
boss.
I'll go check on Teddy to make sure the fever's going down.
Yeah, he's doing okay. He's bundled up in what looks like every blanket you've got among the troop.
Mm-hmm.
So there's just a child burrito in one corner.
Mm.
And he's got a bright red, sweat-covered face. But fever's going down.
That's what it's all about. And he has like a little office, like in a tunnel off of the main area. It's got like 2 barrels and a flat piece of wood as a desk. He's gonna take several pieces of paper out, and he's going to try to rewrite just the letters of the words we found in the vault. Or was it the vault or the thing we couldn't read?
The thing you couldn't read was a letter that Zoma has.
Oh, it was a full letter?
It was like a piece of paper in his pocket, yeah.
Oh, okay, never mind then. I thought it was on a piece of stone or something. And he'll just go about balancing the books now that there's money coming in.
Rizri, where do you stay?
That's a great question, because I was trying to go through our chats to see if I had talked about it. No, I don't remember.
I mean, you might just have a room at the World's End.
Yeah, because she's been there for a little bit. I thought I had talked about where she was staying, but because she's been there for a while, hasn't she? Like a year or something, or a month.
I think it's been a month or two.
A month or two. She would probably still have a room at the World's End then. I don't think she would have gotten an apartment yet. So yeah. She would finish dinner and people watch for a bit. She's recognized some of the folks, she eats dinner there most nights. So she's gotten to know some of the people, if not acquaintantly, at least just kind of on a first name basis, just like, oh yeah, I know you, you're Ted, you come in here and drink until about this time every night, and you work at the cobbler's down the street or whatever.
And at the very least, Meg is cordial enough.
So she would, eat her food, everyone disperses, and she would finish, just kind of hang out for a bit, and then go to her room and do her it's like meditation, but it's a combination of like meditation and like martial art kind of katas, like routines that she does with her sword play intertwined with her magic kind of thing. So like different types of strikes, different types of hand movements, and she doesn't cast the spells, but she kind of goes through it in her mind as she does it to keep it all refreshed.
Makes sense. I will have you all take an overnight rest.
What is Paunch doing?
Paunch said at the table that he was just gonna go bed.
Is that it?
Yep.
No party for Paunch.
It was cold. It was a long walk. It's bedtime.
My Pete's.
Not the Pete's.
A Pete.
Okay. I've given you all an overnight rest. If you had wounds remaining, you would recover. I think your Constitution modifier or your Constitution score in hit points for an overnight rest.
I think most of us were fine anyway.
Yeah. I'm more for the people in chat who haven't played.
Oh, okay, fine. I forgot we're learning.
Probably in playing the game, that would make sense. Ominous, I turned to the afflictions.
Afflictions are nice.
Skill checks, hack rolls. Hit points. Take damage while dying. We're absolutely going to be doing some of that. Falling. Counter mode. Rather than flip through a book, maybe I go to the internet and do a search. I bookmarked the archives of Mathis. It was my second ever
It is.
bookmark.
It's very nice, although they don't have the remaster stuff up yet.
Interesting. Resting. You require 8 hours of sleep each day. You can gain the benefits of resting only once every 24 hours. Character who rests for 8 hours recovers in the following ways. You regain hit points equal to your Constitution modifier, minimum 1, multiplied by your level. If you rest without any shelter or comfort, you might reduce his healing by half. The character loses the fatigued condition. You reduce the severity of the doomed and drained conditions by 1, and most spellcasters need to rest before they regain their spells for the day. Sleeping in armor results in poor rest. Causes a character to wake up fatigued. And then you can take extra long rest during downtime to recover faster, basically.
I think it also gets rid of your. Does it get rid of your wounded?
I think recovering a certain number of hit points is what removes wounded.
I just noticed that Brian was no longer wounded one.
Wounded condition ends if someone successfully restores hit points to you with treat wounds, or if you are restored to full hit points and rest for 10 minutes. So that
a
would
long
remove
rest.
wounded. Yeah.
Gotcha. With his weapons.
In this case, it would, because
Yeah.
the long rest restored him to full hit points. But if it did not,
Okay. Most of my games have been one shot, so we don't do long rests. It's just you fight until you either die or you don't.
makes sense. It is currently 9:30 Eastern. Do we want to take a small bio break?
Bio break.
Okay.
And come back at 40, 45?
Sure.
Okay.
Sure.
See y'all in a little bit. A little bit, excuse me. those of you that are not deafened, there is a vote in the chat for when you are ready to continue. Why do you almost fall off the stationary chair? You have got to be the least graceful cat I have ever seen. Like, oh god, please, Nintendo will kill me.
Do do do.
There's only one person who's more aggressive with copyright lawsuits than Nintendo.
Person?
Company.
Dwayne the Johns Roxon?
No, the company that owns Barbie.
Hasbro? Mattel?
Mattel?
Mattel.
Didn't know that.
My parents used to have a book. It was called The Bathroom Reader. And it had just a whole bunch of fun trivia facts and interesting things to read. And it was split into 3 sections: short, medium, and long, for those leg-numbing experiences. And one of the articles in one of those books that I ended up reading was that Mattel is like super aggressive with their copyright lawsuits.
Oh.
I never do.
Hello.
Hello.
Somebody hasn't clicked their circle yet.
I clicked mine.
Somebody.
Once clicked a circle in the text box.
Fair use.
Is it?
Yeah.
Not at all.
I don't think it is.
Not at all.
We made a meaningful edit.
There, I double checked it.
Ooh. Well, if we're all ready to return anyway, I can just go ahead without the checkbox being checked, I guess.
I would like to, I guess, roll on something. Would Paunch have figured out what Bryn is up to when we walked in and he talked to the kid? based on Paunch's origin. You froze. I froze?
I don't think so.
Okay. We're good.
Punch. Make a. I guess, Bren, were you being secretive about talking to Cubby?
Cubby, not necessarily, but I wouldn't have gone back to the hovel if anybody was with me.
Yeah. So, Ponch, let me have you roll a perception check.
Okay. No, that's deception. I want perception.
The other option. Okay, so you definitely saw Bren talk to a child, which is unusual. Let's have you make a society check
Okay.
to see if you can put 2 and 2 together. Based on what I'm remembering from your specific background, you maybe don't know specifics, but
Sure.
you can probably presume that based on his interactions with the law, Bren is not the most law-abiding citizen. And you do know, because you were once one, that kids tend to get overlooked and can get into nooks and crannies. So it is not unheard of for extra legal activities to involve children.
Right. Okay.
So you could probably guess that that kid is, if that kid is working for Bren, then that kid is probably stealing money or something. Picking pockets, that sort of thing.
I would like to have a talk with Bren whenever we can.
Well, you did ask to meet tomorrow morning.
Yes.
Happy tomorrow morning.
Feel fully rested.
Probably Zoma is the early riser.
For sure.
I think that makes sense.
Yeah, she's a big nerd like that.
I would.
Responsible and takes pride in her work or whatever.
I'd probably be second then, since I went straight to bed pretty much.
It's true. You also are in the same building.
Homophobic.
Wait, what? What?
Imagine
What?
going straight to bed in this 2024.
You got me.
How do you go gaily to bed? Dare I ask?
You haven't observed how I walk to bed ever?
Open your eyes, Torque. Jesus.
Yeah, jeez.
It's a
This
skill
is by
issue if I've ever
erasure.
seen one.
By erasure?
By erasure.
Sort of.
Where's Erasure going?
Oscar, do not.
You deserve that silence.
Don't stink.
He simply cannot. Constantly stink, stank, and stunk.
Boy, that 10 intelligence is really coming to light right there, ain't it?
That's the first thing Punch says when he wakes up. His eyes
Sits
open.
down at the table with Zoma. Oh,
That's what you meant.
Brent fully turns to him and goes, "Are you fucking serious? Are you for real? Oh my god." That's incredible.
Bryn will remember that.
Brent, like, he is stupid. Got it.
He is idiot.
File that away under things you now know.
So in my mind, Rizri is probably last, not because of any moral failing, but because Rizri is a cat, and cats like to sleep.
It's true. Although, like, as soon as like the sun comes up, like she'll make sure she shifts so that the window, like, she's in line with the sun beam.
Gotta be
And
warm.
just shifts a little bit in her sleep.
Yeah.
Wow.
Absolutely.
How stereotypical.
One of these days,
Brent-
one of these horrible things that you're gonna fight is just gonna look at Rizri and pull out a string.
Oh no.
Rizri's gonna have to make a will save.
No.
And then
Be charmed.
No. I'll attack that
and then
string.
the laser pointer.
That's string. That speck of light. I'm gonna get it. I'm gonna get it.
Sometimes you just gotta activate murder mode.
Hmm.
So, Ponch, you are at the table with Bren, waiting for Morgana to return.
So it's just the two of us, or
I mean, it's currently the three of you, because Zomo beat you there, but you could maybe pull Bren aside.
how would I do this? Bryn, is there a place we can talk privately?
I'm sure I can find one, yeah.
Just wherever you're comfortable.
Alright. Is there like a back hallway or something that Service would use?
Yeah.
I'll take him around there.
Okay. Look, it was a long time ago, but I also lived on these streets. I noticed that you might be running, let's call it an operation? Look,
What-
I'm aware that we both barely know each other. But
Mhm.
if you'd be willing to share your motives, I might be able to help.
I'm skeptical,
I understand.
but I've never had somebody ask me that straight up before. So I guess I'll humor you. What would you like to know?
If you're helping people living on the streets without means, I'd like to help.
Right. Now you have to understand that if this was what was going on, which I'm not saying it is, everything we do is not hypothetically strictly legal.
I'm aware that you do what you have to survive.
Alright. There won't be anyone there now, But if you would like an introduction to the rest of the crew, we'll see how today goes. And maybe you can convince me to let you meet a few of them.
I'd say that's fair enough.
We'll see where it goes from there. I'm starting a lot of things on a trial basis today.
Yes.
I do appreciate you. People tend to beat around the bush with me. Not only because I'm a dwarf and I look the way that I do, but people tend to ignore people on the streets.
Well, to be honest, maybe if I had.
Check back in with me before we're done today and I'll let you know what can be
Okay.
done.
That's fair. Guess we go back to the table and join Zoma.
At this point, Zoma, you're probably also joined by Rizri. Tis time. A guard stuck his head in and looks around for a minute and finally sees Zoma and walks over and goes, "Oi, Lady Mayor asked me to tell you to go to your morning meeting. She's been a little bit delayed. She'll be along later today." Whatever that
Thank you.
means. He does a salute and a nod at Meg and walks out again.
Well, shall we go see the Oracle? And
Yes.
Zoma will stand up, look longingly at the cup of coffee she had just gotten.
Take it with you, love.
Bless you. And she'll mosey on out.
The Oracle's Tower is so stereotypical. It's hard to grasp. It's a giant towering stone tower in the middle of this portion of the city. It sticks out, but also goes perfectly well with the rest of the architecture. It's a sort of like cognitive dissonance that it's here. There do not appear to be any windows. There is just one large, dark wooden door on one side.
Before entering or knocking or anything, Zoma will feel around herself. Did she have the bell?
Yes.
Excellent. Okay. And she'll go to knock on the door. Does this seem like something that you just walk in, or?
Upon closer inspection, there is no handle on this door.
And she'll pause a moment, and she will give a stern knock.
You do so. There is a moment's pause, and then the door seems to open by itself. As you I'm presuming you enter at this point.
Yeah, as she enters. That's normally not a good sign, but it's a new place.
The interior of this tower is inexplicably larger than the exterior. And where was a sort of modest tower, inside is this significantly larger, almost ballroom, filled with books. And where there aren't books and bookshelves, there are tables that have apparatus after doodad after doohickey after whatsits, just piled and balanced all sorts of ways.
Wizards.
There is one wall that has been left clear of any bookshelves. There is a large sphere that seems to have dots drawn on it and is mounted in sort of a metal rotating thing. And then one wall has sort of a crude paint job of very black paint. And there's just white dots scattered across. At the far end of the room, currently, for lack of a better word, scribbling on a piece of paper, you see the head down of someone with silver hair.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Lady Morgana sent us.
I'm
Shall
told
I report to you?
have a delivery for me.
Indeed. May I approach?
Yep, absolutely.
And she will stride to the desk.
Looks like he is working on another piece of paper that just has a bunch of dots on it. They don't really seem coherent, but he's very intent on this. But eventually he does look up, and you can see that apparently the Oracle is an elf. He has very long, fine silver hair, and he is currently blindfolded.
Ah. We have retrieved this by request of Lady Morgana.
And it remained wrapped for the entire time that you had it?
Aside from making sure that this is what we were looking for, yes.
Naturally. Very well, I will take it from you. And he holds a hand out. And if you give it to him, he will take it and gently unwrap it and then stand up, and he walks over to sort of a cross between an armor stand and a mannequin and a what looks like a modified bandolier is strung across it, and he slips the bell into the smallest pocket up towards the left shoulder. You can see that there are still 4 other bells missing from the bandolier.
Were those also taken by goblins?
No, those were missing when I found these. It is an incomplete set.
I see. Would that pose a significance? Would she know anything about that?
This would be an occultism check.
Yikes. Here goes nothing. Yeah, okay.
Oh no.
Woof, woof, woof.
Yeah, you don't catch much significance of a set of bells. Especially not one that's related to funerals. Rizri, are you trained in Arcana? Am I remembering correctly?
I believe so, yeah. Yes, I am.
You are. You can make the same occultism check, or you can make a Arcana check at a higher DC if you'd like.
I will try Arcana. Cool, bro.
Oh no.
It's better than a 1.
It is, in fact, better than a 1. And you've also been here long enough so that you've seen that these bells are in some way part of funereal rites. They're a spell focus of some kind, but the specifics are lost on you. Zoma, I
And
think...
you said
Oh, I'm
you
sorry.
said there was like 3 more empty slots, is that right?
So it looks like there's a total of 7. I believe there's 7 bells. Yes, there's 7. So there's 7 slots for bells. It looks like 4 are missing.
4 are missing.
Gotcha. Okay, that's right.
And they do, so they start up on the left shoulder, and as they go towards the right hip, the pockets get progressively larger.
Are the
Is it all the larger bells that are missing?
Yes.
Like the largest sizes of the bells?
With one exception. If we were to put numbers on them,
Mm-hmm.
1 and 2 are present, and 5 is present.
I see. You were saying something to Zoma before?
Yes, probably why you don't recognize anything about the bells is there is something else in the Oracle's study that catches your eye and is probably distracting.
Oh.
Behind his desk, there appears to be some sort of shrine or small worship space adorned with distinctly orcish spiritual artifacts. Like, there's a chieftain's headdress in there. There's an axe in there. And they are very clearly put in a place of honor.
Do you take much interest in orc culture?
Well, I was once friends with an orc.
Fair enough. Do you, by chance, read Goblin? When we retrieved the bell, we found this note, or more of a letter, on the Goblin that we found the bell on.
Do I read Goblin? No, but I am sure I have a treatise on the commonalities of Goblin language in that bookshelf over there. You are more than welcome to borrow and attempt to decipher yourself. I am unfortunately occupied at the moment.
Rizri is already over there now.
Did Zoma just ask a blind man if he can read?
He was working on
He's
papers.
punching dots and papers. Homie's got an orc headdress behind him.
There is nothing, Ponch, about the way that he carries
Punching
himself that would
dots and
indicate that he is blind.
I 100% thought
okay.
you meant he was writing dots like, you know, that game where you connect the dots to make a square. I didn't put together Braille.
I also didn't put together Braille, to be fair. That's not what he's doing.
I was
he's
thinking like star chart.
That's what I jumped to. Jumped to Braille.
I mean, yeah. Robin, you got it. He's making star charts.
I don't think Zoma would know
Oh
that, or
shit.
I doubt it, but as Rizuri is already digging through books, Zoma's going to glance down. Is there something that we should call you aside from the Oracle? Feels very proper. And I have a feeling this isn't the last time we'll be in this room.
Probably not. Well, I have no name to speak of, but for a while my friends called me Seer.
Oh no, we have to go to Sears.
I like how Robin and I had like the same reaction, I think,
Mm-hmm.
and Vandal was like a completely different track.
Well, weird. It's almost like you two have context for who this person is now.
Mhm.
For those that are not initiated, Seer is a character that I play in a different campaign, who I have grown up a little bit. A couple 100 years.
Neato.
As soon as you said elf, as soon as you said homie was stabbing some fucking star charts and papers, I had to know.
He's a busy boy.
Does he have more hit points now?
He does, in fact, have more hit points.
What is his intelligence now?
20.
Still a 15? Oh, good. I'm proud of him. Back to the person I am less proud of.
Ren.
Wow.
Okay, I just got here.
I'm sorry, that was
You-
uncalled for.
Bastard man.
But at this point, Zoma, I will also have you make a perception check. Because you are currently interacting with Seer. Y'all.
1, 2, 3. Done.
Great job.
Yahtzee.
Yahtzee!
Yeah, no, Seer's making star charts.
Yahtzee.
Get out.
She doesn't have a comment on that. That feels rude. Anyone else have any questions?
Feel free to peruse my library, but I have pressing matters to attend to, so if you require nothing else of me, I will get back to it.
I do not. And she will look to the others, minus Rizri, who is already busy. She's
Reading.
Brizzy.
Don't like that.
Bizri. There we go. That's what I was trying to form, but it was not happening.
Yeah, Riz is
Where?
middle school. Riz Fizz. God, do I need to put Riz in this game?
Riz is in every one of my campaigns.
He'll be in there somewhere. We'll find.
That son of a bitch.
I mean, that he's an old goblin. That maybe we'll find Riz's corpse. We'll see. So yeah, Rizri, you do end up finding the book. While she's looking for the book, Bren, what are you up to? Ponch, what are you up to?
Oh, Lord, what am I up to?
This fucking creepy wizard man who's blind but not blind is telling your friends to look at books.
Please stop bothering me.
Paunch is completely out of his element. He has no idea what's going on.
Can
Um,
Bren look for anything made of gold?
I think that'd be a perception check. Yeah, probably.
Paunch might wander over to Rizri and try to glance at the book.
Rizri has found the fantasy equivalent of Goblin for Dummies.
Yay! I'm a dummy.
And Bren, there are a handful of gold elements in some of these contraptions, but there's nothing just like made of gold that you feel confident you could pocket. Did I freeze? Did the boy freeze?
No.
I think we're all good.
Okay. But between the 3 / maybe 4 of you, if he decides to help, you could probably decode this letter pretty quickly.
Yeah, I will do my best to help with my 10 intelligence.
I think Rizri is the highest intelligence.
Probably.
Is this another dumb bitch party?
I have an intelligence of +1.
I'm
Yeah.
at 0.
It's a big old goose egg, gang.
Dumb bitch
What?
party.
Punch, what do you have?
I'm at a +0.
Oh,
Dumb
gosh.
bitch party.
I am the smart. I'm the
We
highest
are
with a +1.
average intelligence.
I'm above average, thank you.
We're playing that.
The
Wow, you're giving me some credit there. Thanks.
I was gonna say, toss.
Do I need to make a roll for something?
No, I think this one is simple enough that you can just kind of parse what it's saying. There's a couple words that you don't necessarily recognize, but the way that they're written indicates to you that they're probably names as opposed to words. And yeah, if you're working on a more esoteric text over some downtime, there's probably going to be rolls involved. But for now, I will just give you the translation.
Okay. Oh. Cool. So she's sitting there with the book open, like holding. Well, Punch came over to kind of help her, or look like he's helping, right?
Yes.
Okay. She'll have him hold the paper so she can flip through the book as she's going like back and forth and kind of connecting the dots and stuff. This one thinks we have. This one thinks I know where Girdle is.
Oh.
And Gauntlight is the name of the lighthouse, right?
Yes.
Remember a lighthouse that had light on but was not supposed to have light on, was ruined?
Mm-hmm.
You're saying that's where we need to go?
Might be a bit more complicated than just kidnapping, yes. And then she'll read out the whole thing. Bring the girl to Gauntlet as soon as possible. The lantern requires a new fuel source. The blind oracle, at this point she kind of glances over at Seer.
He is
And the
so
last-
absorbed he does not notice.
Yeah. And the last bastion of Lastwall can only keep Reheath safe for so long before Belcora returns to us. Volek. I assume Volek is name?
Probably. Yes.
Do I recognize the name Volok?
Mm-mm.
I assume none of us do.
That name does not ring a bell.
Yeah.
Neither Belcora. Well. Natives of Reheath can make a society check to try and remember the name of Belcora.
If I'm not a native of Reheath, but like the area, could I make it?
I'm sort of a native, but it's been a long time.
It's been a
It's
while.
been a while. Yeah, you can go for it.
4?
Society, right?
Society, yeah.
Ooh.
Because it's local history. Yeah, Rizri, you know that, like, Belcora rings a bell somewhere in, like, city history, but, I mean, it's also just a name. It's one of those, like, I'm pretty sure I've heard that name before, but that's all I got.
Should we bother the Oracle with this information?
I'm sure he's tired of hearing my voice at this point.
Rizri thinks for a second, hands Ponch the book, takes the letter over, puts it on the desk on top of the star chart that he's working on, and points at the words that, like, to Belcora and to Volek. And this says Belcora? What is Belcora? Name ring bell, but not remember.
Belcora is the name of a sorceress who was vanquished many hundreds of years ago.
This letter talk about her return. You are
Impossible.
in... And she'll read it out loud to him again. It sounds like missing girl we are sent after is part of Belcora's return unwillingly.
Well, that sounds like rather important information that you should share with the Lady Mayor. I believe that her investigation is currently underway for said missing girl. There is very
But
little
you
I
are-
can do from here, unfortunately.
But you are mentioned in letter, yes? You are a blind oracle?
Some have called me this, yes. Rizri, make a perception check.
Perception.
So it goes.
Karish,
Yes.
have you ever been in a social exchange where someone, like, brings up someone's dreaded nickname from, like, when they were 6? And they really try to play it off that, like, yeah, I wasn't ever actually called that. We're just, like, joking around.
Yeah.
That.
Okay.
But this
she would-
feels more like It's less, I just don't like being called that, and more like
It's like a
there's-
term
there's
of like.
fear involved.
uh,
Because
Hmm.
to be a blind oracle,
As a double entendre.
huh?
Yeah. Um. She'll kind of just note that. How do you keep Rahith safe? Besides funeral rites. Specifics not needed.
The funereal rites are my primary responsibility. Also, if there are threats that rear their ugly heads that are arcane in origin, I serve as an advisor and consultant for the Lady Mayor. But beyond that, I am just a citizen.
Threats such as sorceress coming back to life after many years.
To my knowledge, she was bound with rather elaborate binding rituals. I do not think she can simply come back.
Who is last bastion of Lastwell?
That would be the Lady Mayor, though I would advise you not bring it up.
Noted.
That is history she would rather not relive. And I say that not as someone with some form of, whatever you want to call it, authority, fear. I say that as someone as a friend of the mayor.
It is understandable. Last question. Do you know of this Volok?
That is not a name I've heard before, no.
She'll take the letter back. Thank you.
Indeed. And with a dramatic flourish, because wizards can't do anything elsewise, he rips the star chart in half.
As out of frustration because it was ruined, or
Make a
Because
perception
my
check.
dirty paws touched it.
Oliver, I can't see over your butt.
Oh damn, nice butt.
He didn't seem to react in any sort of way when Rizri touched it or put the paper on top of it. He seemed to look over it like he was checking his work or something, and then just and ripped it in half. I froze, so if you said something, I missed it.
No, I just said,
Okay.
That was not what Karish was assuming.
Well,
Rizri will look at everyone else and be like, seems the Lady Mayor is who we should speak to next.
indeed.
Yes?
Makes sense.
Let's hope she is done with whatever she has been working on.
We will have you meander on over to your meeting with the Lady Mayor, but it is currently 10:30 Eastern, which is our normal stopping time. And some of us have to work tomorrow.
Who?
Don't call me
It's
out like
me.
that.
I have to work tomorrow too.
To my knowledge, Vandal also has to work tomorrow.
I would be good to go, but
I'm also an hour behind up the rest. Well,
it would
I know
it would
three of you.
if we're not all good to go, then
I
obviously.
I think the conversation with Morgana will be fairly short-lived, but then we're off to the races for perhaps some
And it might
gear
be better
gathering
to,
and then
yeah.
off
do that all in
to
one
the
go.
races. So maybe we start with that next time. I think this seems
Yeah.
like a pretty natural place to call it a pause for the evening.
That
I
sounds
agree.
good.
Thank you all for joining me.
Thank you.
I'm gonna do the thing this time.
My man.
Prepare your butts.
Not your butt.
Thank you.
I rolled a d4, but it didn't do the thing. Hello? Fantasy Grounds? You good, buddy? There we go. Harish, who are you? What do you do?
Oh.
Where can we find you?
Hi, I'm Karish. You can find me here sometimes on Twitch on my own channel. I'm also over on the Lost Caravan as on my other one-shots. I'm also going to be on their YouTube channel for a mech finder, which is a Pathfinder hack involving magic and mechs together. That's releasing sometime this year. We're starting recording. You can also find me on Paths and Dragons sometimes. I'm their project manager over there. Otherwise, find me on Twitter, where I talk about random stuff.
Plum, who are you? What do you do? Where can we find you?
What's up? I'm Plum. I'm the dumbest person you know. I bought this pop figure of the wrestler Kenny Omega because I am an adult and I have a job. And you can find me in your nearest dumpster or wherever books are sold.
Amazing. Thank you. Robin, who are you? What do you do? Where can we find you?
I'm live right now.
True.
I'm in your chat. I'm in your
Gross.
house. I'm in
Gross.
your walls.
Gross.
So yes, those of you who are with me this
Hear
evening,
that scratching?
if
I'm
you
in your
have
walls.
found that you don't want the DM perspective because it reveals too many secrets while I'm desperately scrolling through notes pages trying to remember NPC names, if you would like only the player perspective, feel free to stop over in Robin's channel. She'll take good care of you over there.
Look at you, just being nice and saying all of the things that I didn't say.
What do you mean? What?
I have Fetty over here.
You do have Fetty over there. And then last, certainly not least, Vandal, who are you? What do you do? Where can we find you?
I'm Vandal. I sometimes stream, but I probably won't. But on Saturday, I will be on Mew Lancaster's stream playing Resident Evil 6
Heck yeah.
at around 6 p.m. Eastern.
How do
So
you
if you'd like to check out
spell
Mew Lancaster, that'd be great.
how do you spell that?
MEW Lan Caster.
All one word? Any like
Yes.
underscores or anything?
All one word.
Sweet. Depending on how my Saturday goes, I might be.
Awesome.
Ew.
I'll be on a plane.
Gross.
Gross.
Yeah.
Do we have anybody live to raid?
Paths and Dragons. Well.
Oh, look, Robin Rages
Lost
is live.
Caravan.
You can't do
I
that.
think Lost Caravan might be live.
And then I also have Lunar Oatmeal live.
There's new friend.
Oh, that's true. We could
Soup.
raid Soup.
Can we? I think I'm going to raid Soup because she's very nice. I like her.
Sure, let's raid Soup.
Soup.
And she deserves it. She has some goals that she's trying to accomplish.
Yeah, we love fresh streamers and goals. It's great. We haven't been jaded by Twitch just yet.
I'm gonna migrate into her walls.
Oh, don't do that. She has a husband.
Don't tell her that. I mean, I have a husband too, but
It's true.
Yeah, but he should be afraid of you, Karish.
sure.
So yeah,
On that note, I'm
We're
gonna
gonna-
go harass Soup.
we're gonna go say hi to Soup. Thanks y'all for joining me.
She's playing
Uh,
some Overwatch.
I might stream tomorrow. We'll see. Who knows? Maybe.
Bye bye.
Always remember, I'm in your walls.
Jesus.
Scratch, scratch.
I hate it. I hate it so much. Get me out of here. Please, please, God, get me out of here.
Did it do it?
There we go.
You
Did
did
it-
it.
Did
You did it.
okay.
I think I did it.
You did it as well.
Huzzah.